heart of a bamboo forest, there lived a clever and resourceful panda named Percy. Percy was known throughout the forest for his sharp mind and his knack for solving even the most difficult puzzles. One day, as Percy was munching on bamboo shoots, he heard a distressed cry coming from the edge of the forest. Rushing to investigate, he found a group of animals gathered around a mysterious puzzle box, their faces filled with frustration. The animals explained that they had stumbled upon the puzzle box in the depths of the forest, but no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't figure out how to open it. Without hesitation, Percy knew he had to help. With a determined spirit and a brave heart, Percy examined the puzzle box, studying its intricate design and searching for clues. He called upon the other animals to join him in a daring adventure to unlock its secrets. Together, they worked tirelessly, trying different combinations and strategies to solve the puzzle. With each failed attempt, Percy's determination only grew stronger, his belief in his own abilities unwavering. And finally, after many hours of brainstorming and teamwork, Percy had a breakthrough. With a clever twist and a turn, he unlocked the puzzle box, revealing its hidden contents, a map leading to a treasure hidden deep within the forest. The animals cheered and celebrated Percy as their hero, showering him with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, he was known as Problem-Solving Panda, the courageous hero who showed that with ingenuity and perseverance, any problem can be solved. And as the animals set off on their journey to find the hidden treasure, Percy watched with pride, knowing that no challenge was too great for a mind sharp and a spirit brave. Once upon a time, in a lush forest teeming with life, there lived a selfless squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was known far and wide for his kind heart and his willingness to help others, no matter the cost. One crisp autumn day, as the leaves began to turn golden and the air grew chilly, a great danger befell the forest. A raging wildfire swept through the trees, leaving destruction and despair in its wake. As the flames licked at the trees and the smoke billowed into the sky, the animals of the forest fled in terror, desperate to escape the inferno. But amidst the chaos and panic, Sammy knew he had to do something to help. With a brave heart and a selfless spirit, Sammy darted through the flames, guiding his fellow creatures to safety, one by one. He led them to a nearby river, where they could find refuge from the fire and quench their thirst in the cool waters. But as Sammy raced back into the burning forest to save more animals, he realized, with a sinking heart, that there were still creatures trapped in the heart of the inferno. A family of rabbits huddled in their burrow, unable to escape the encroaching flames. Without a moment's hesitation, Sammy knew what he had to do. With a determined spirit and a heavy heart, he raced back into the fire, his fur singed and his eyes stinging from the smoke. As he reached the rabbit's burrow, Sammy knew that there was only one way to save them. He would have to lead them through the flames to safety. With tears streaming down his cheeks, Sammy urged the frightened rabbits to follow him, promising to protect them with his life. With a fierce resolve and a courageous heart, Sammy led the rabbits through the burning forest, shielding them from the flames with his own body. Despite the searing pain and the overwhelming heat, Sammy pressed on, his love for his fellow creatures giving him strength. And finally, after what felt like an eternity, they emerged from the flames, battered and bruised, but alive. The animals of the forest cheered and celebrated Sammy as their hero, showering him with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, Sammy was known as the selfless squirrel, the brave hero who sacrificed everything to save others. And as he rested beneath the shade of a sturdy oak tree, his heart filled with pride, he knew that true bravery lies not in seeking glory or fame, but in giving selflessly of oneself for the sake of others. In the vast and scorching deserts of the Arabian Peninsula, there lived a compassionate camel named Casper. Casper was known far and wide for his kind heart and gentle nature, always willing to lend a helping hoof to those in need. One day, as Casper was wandering through the desert, he stumbled upon a group of weary travelers, stranded in the unforgiving sands. Their water supply had run dry, and they were lost and desperate, unsure of which direction to turn. Filled with compassion for the travelers, Casper knew he had to help. With a brave heart and a determined spirit, he offered to lead them on a perilous journey across the scorching desert to the nearest oasis, where they could find water and rest. As they journeyed across the blistering sands, Casper encountered many challenges along the way: sweltering heat, shifting dunes, and fierce sandstorms that threatened to engulf them. But he pressed on, his compassion guiding him through the darkness. At last, after many days of tireless traveling, Casper and the travelers reached the oasis, a shimmering paradise nestled among the dunes. The travelers rejoiced and celebrated, grateful for Casper's bravery and selflessness. But as they rested by the cool waters of the oasis, they spotted a group of nomads on the horizon, their caravan stuck in the treacherous sands. Without hesitation, Casper knew he had to help them too. Summoning all his courage and strength, Casper led the travelers to the stranded nomads, offering them guidance and assistance in navigating the perilous desert. With his steadfast leadership and unwavering compassion, they were able to free the caravan and continue on their journey. The nomads cheered and celebrated Casper as their hero, showering him with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, he was known as the compassionate camel, the courageous hero who showed that kindness and compassion could conquer even the harshest of environments. And as Casper wandered through the desert, his heart filled with pride, he knew that no act of compassion or bravery was ever too small to make a difference in the world. In a serene pond nestled deep within the heart of the forest, there lived a wise and patient turtle named Terry. Terry was known throughout the forest for his calm demeanor and his belief in the power of teamwork. One day, as Terry was basking in the warm sunlight on a mossy rock, he heard a distressed cry coming from the other side of the pond. Rushing to investigate, he found a group of animals gathered around a fallen tree, their faces filled with worry. The animals explained that they needed to cross the pond to reach their home on the other side, but the fallen tree blocked their path. Without hesitation, Terry knew he had to help. With a determined spirit and a brave heart, Terry called upon the other animals to join him in a daring adventure to clear the path across the pond. Together, they worked tirelessly, pushing and pulling at the fallen tree with all their might. As they toiled away, Terry's belief in the power of teamwork never wavered. He encouraged the other animals to work together, using each of their unique strengths to overcome the obstacle before them. With each tug and heave, the fallen tree slowly began to budge, inch by inch. And finally, with one final push, the tree splashed into the water, clearing the path across the pond. The animals cheered and celebrated Terry as their hero, showering him with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, he was known as Teamwork Turtle, the courageous hero who showed that by working together, anything is possible. And as the animals crossed the pond to their home on the other side, Terry watched with pride, knowing that no challenge was too great for a team united in purpose and determination. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled at the foot of a towering mountain, there lived a courageous cat named Cleo. Cleo was unlike any other cat in the village. While her feline friends were content to chase mice and nap in the sun, Cleo yearned for adventure and excitement. One day, as Cleo was exploring the outskirts of the village, she spotted the majestic mountain rising high above the treetops. A fierce determination sparked in her eyes as she gazed up at its lofty peaks, her heart pulsing with the call of adventure. With a fearless spirit and a brave heart, Cleo set off on a daring journey to climb the mountain. As she began her ascent, she encountered steep cliffs and treacherous paths that seemed almost impossible to conquer. But Cleo pressed on, her determination unwavering, her spirit unbreakable. As she climbed higher and higher, the air grew colder and the winds stronger. But Cleo refused to give up. With each step forward, she drew closer to the summit, her courage shining like a beacon in the darkness. At last, after many hours of tireless climbing, Cleo reached the top of the mountain. With a triumphant meow, she gazed out at the breathtaking vista below, her heart swelling with pride. But as Cleo looked down from the summit, she spotted a group of lost hikers stranded on a nearby ledge, their faces filled with fear and desperation. Without hesitation, Cleo knew she had to help. Summoning all her courage and strength, Cleo leaped into action. With nimble movements and quick reflexes, she navigated the treacherous terrain of the mountain, reaching the stranded hikers just in time. With her fearless leadership and unwavering determination, Cleo guided the hikers safely down the mountain, her bravery shining bright like a guiding star in the darkness. The hikers cheered and celebrated Cleo as their hero, showering her with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, she was known as the courageous cat who climbed the mountain, a true hero of the village. And as Cleo returned home to the warmth and comfort of her cozy bed, her heart filled with pride, she knew that no challenge was too great for a brave heart and a courageous spirit. Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast and verdant jungle, there lived an empathetic elephant named Ellie. Ellie was known throughout the jungle for her gentle nature and her ability to feel the emotions of those around her. One day, as Ellie was wandering through the jungle, she stumbled upon a group of frightened animals gathered around a small clearing. They were huddled together, their eyes filled with fear and uncertainty. Curious, Ellie approached the animals and asked what was wrong. They explained that a ferocious tiger had been prowling through the jungle, terrorizing the other creatures and and spreading fear wherever it went. Filled with compassion and empathy, Ellie knew she had to help. With a brave heart and a determined spirit, she set off into the depths of the jungle to confront the tiger and put an end to its reign of terror. As she ventured deeper into the jungle, Ellie encountered many challenges along the way: dense thickets, treacherous swamps, and towering cliffs that seemed impassable. But she pressed on, her empathy guiding her through the darkness. At last, Ellie came face to face with the tiger, its fierce gaze fixed upon her. Though trembling with fear, Ellie stood her ground, her heart filled with compassion for the frightened creature before her. With gentle words and a kind heart, Ellie reached out to the tiger, offering friendship instead of fear. She listened to its grievances and understood its pain, helping the tiger to see that there was another way to live in harmony with the other animals of the jungle. Moved by Ellie's empathy and kindness, the tiger's heart softened, and it agreed to leave the jungle in peace. From that day forward, the jungle was free from fear, and all the animals lived together in harmony once more. The other creatures of the jungle cheered and celebrated Ellie as their hero, showering her with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, she was known as the empathetic elephant, the courageous hero who showed that empathy and kindness could conquer even the fiercest of foes. And as Ellie wandered through the jungle, her heart filled with pride, she knew that no act of kindness or compassion was ever too small to make a difference in the world. In a magical garden filled with vibrant flowers and towering trees, there lived a humble hummingbird named Harper. Harper was known throughout the garden for her kindness and gentle nature, always willing to lend a helping wing to those in need. One day, as Harper was flitting from flower to flower, she heard a faint cry for help coming from the edge of the garden. Curious, she followed the sound and discovered a wounded butterfly lying on the ground, its delicate wings torn and tattered. Filled with compassion, Harper knew she had to help the injured butterfly. With a brave heart and unwavering determination, she gently lifted the butterfly onto her back and carried it to her cozy nest nestled among the branches of a towering oak tree. Using her nimble beak and delicate touch, Harper tended to the butterfly's wounds. With care and precision, she gathered healing herbs and soothing nectar from the garden, crafting a magical potion to mend the butterfly's broken wings. As the days passed, the butterfly's strength began to return, and its wings slowly healed, becoming even more beautiful than before. And as the sun set over the garden, casting a warm, golden glow over the trees, the butterfly took flight once more, soaring gracefully through the sky with Harper by its side. The other creatures of the garden watched in awe as Harper and the butterfly danced together among the flowers, their hearts filled with gratitude and admiration for the brave and compassionate hummingbird who had saved a life with her kindness and courage. From that day forward, Harper was hailed as the hero of the garden, beloved by all for her selfless acts of healing and compassion. And as she flitted from flower to flower, her wings shimmering in the sunlight, she knew that no act of kindness, no matter how small, could ever go unnoticed or unappreciated in the magical world of the garden. Once upon a time, In the shimmering depths of the ocean, there lived a frightened fish named Finn. Finn was known among his fellow sea creatures for his timid nature and his fear of venturing beyond the safety of his coral reef home. But one day, a great darkness descended upon the ocean. A fearsome creature known as the shadow shark began terrorizing the underwater world, casting a shadow of fear and uncertainty over the ocean's inhabitants. Though trembling with fear, Finn knew he could not stand idly by while his ocean home was threatened. With a trembling heart and a determined spirit, he set off on a brave adventure to confront the shadow shark and restore peace to the ocean. As he swam through the vast expanse of the ocean, Finn encountered many challenges along the way: swirling currents, towering waves, and strange and mysterious creatures lurking in the depths below. But with each obstacle he faced, his courage grew stronger and his determination burned brighter. Finally, after a long and perilous journey, Finn reached the lair of the shadow shark, a dark and foreboding cave hidden deep beneath the ocean's surface. With a deep breath, he summoned all his courage and swam inside, his heart pounding with fear and anticipation. Inside the cave, Finn found the shadow shark lurking in the shadows, its cold, piercing eyes filled with malice and hunger. Though trembling with fear, Finn stood tall, his heart filled with bravery and determination. With a fierce battle cry, Finn launched himself at the shadow shark, his fins flashing with determination. The shadow shark lunged at him, its razor-sharp teeth glinting in the darkness, but Finn dodged its attacks with agility and grace. In a mighty clash of fins and teeth, Finn fought the shadow shark with all his might, his courage shining like a beacon in the darkness. With each strike, he drew closer to victory, his determination unwavering, his bravery unmatched. And in the end, it was Finn's courageous spirit that prevailed. With a final blow, he defeated the shadow shark, sending it fleeing back into the depths from whence it came. The other sea creatures cheered and celebrated Finn as their hero, showering him with gratitude and praise. From that day forward, he was known as the frightened fish who conquered the ocean, a true hero of the underwater world. And as Finn swam back to his coral reef home, his heart filled with pride. He knew that no matter how small or frightened you may feel, with courage and determination, you can overcome even the greatest of challenges. In the lush forests of Australia, there lived a kind-hearted koala named Kira. Kira was beloved by all the animals in the forest for her gentle nature and willingness to lend a helping hand whenever needed. One day, as Kira was munching on eucalyptus leaves high up in her favorite gum tree, she heard distressed cries coming from the forest floor below. Curious, she peered down and saw a group of animals gathered around a fallen tree, their faces filled with worry. Rushing down from her perch, Kira discovered that the fallen tree had blocked the path leading to the nearby river, cutting off the animals' access to water. Without hesitation, she knew she had to help. With a determined spirit and a kind heart, Kira rallied the other animals to her side. Together, they worked tirelessly to clear away the fallen branches and debris, using their strength and ingenuity to overcome each obstacle in their path. As they toiled away, Kira's bravery and leadership inspired the other animals to join in the effort. From the strongest kangaroo to the tiniest ant, every creature lent a hand. united in their mission to help their friends in need. Finally, after hours of hard work, the path to the river was clear once more. The animals cheered and celebrated, grateful for Kira's kindness and determination. And as they quenched their thirst from the cool, clear waters of the river, they knew that they owed it all to the brave and selfless koala who had led them through their courageous adventure. From that day forward, Kira was known as the kind koala, a true hero of the forest. And as she settled back into her gum tree, surrounded by her friends and filled with a sense of pride and fulfillment, she knew that no act of bravery or kindness was ever too small to make a difference in the world. In the heart of a lush forest, there lived a friendly fox named Felix. Felix was known far and wide for his kind heart and warm smile, and he had a special gift for making friends with all the creatures of the forest. One sunny day, as Felix was frolicking through the trees, he stumbled upon a group of animals gathered in distress. A band of fierce wolves had invaded the forest, threatening to take over their homes and drive them away. Filled with a sense of duty and courage, Felix knew he had to help his forest friends. With a brave heart and unwavering determination, he rallied the other animals to his side, determined to stand up to the wolves and protect their home. Together, they devised a clever plan to outsmart the wolves and drive them away from the forest for good. With Felix leading the way, they launched their attack, using their wit and bravery to outmaneuver the wolves at every turn. In the midst of the battle, Felix's kindness and friendship shone bright, inspiring the other animals to fight with all their might. And in the end, it was their unity and courage that won the day, sending the wolves fleeing back into the depths of the forest. The animals cheered and celebrated their victory, grateful for Felix's bravery and leadership. From that day forward, Felix was hailed as the hero of the forest, beloved by all for his courageous actions and unwavering friendship. And as the sun set over the trees, casting a warm golden glow over the forest, Felix knew that no matter what challenges they may face, as long as they stood together as friends, they could overcome anything